I've chosen the trigger. Betrayed by a best friend. Longtime friend that steals his idea, partner, or position. I was a hopeful man once, the kind who believed loyalty was a bond stronger than blood. My best friend Daniel and I met in college. Two hungry dreamers scribbling ideas on napkins in dingy coffee shops. We used to talk about building something that would change lives. A business that reflected both our visions. For years, I treated him as my brother. I trusted him the way you trust someone you'd give your last dime to. We celebrated birthdays, shared holidays, built late-night plans, and even helped each other through heartbreak. I never guarded my ideas around him because I believed he saw the world the way I did. That we both valued honesty over greed. In my mind, this was the one man who would never cross me. That was my first mistake. The betrayal came like a storm without warning. We had been working on a concept for months, a unique software that could revolutionize how small businesses ran their operations. I poured endless nights into the design, skipped vacations, turned down invitations, and soldered my sanity to the hope that this idea could free us from the treadmill of mediocrity. One morning, I walked into the office we'd rented together and found his desk empty. No computer, no files, no Daniel. 2 hours later, my inbox lit up with a press release. Daniel had launched our product under a new company name, his name, claiming full credit as the sole creator. My words stared back at me, my diagrams, my branding concepts, all under a logo I had never approved. For a moment, I couldn't breathe. The taste in my mouth was bitter, metallic, rage mixing with disbelief. I dialed his number and all I got was silence. Days turned into weeks, and I watched him bask in glowing media profiles, ignoring every text, pretending I didn't exist. I collapsed inside myself after that. My apartment became a cave where the curtains stayed shut and the air smelled stale, like defeat. My phone barely rang because we had shared most of our circle of friends, and they all seemed to drift toward the new rising star in their lives. Every headline felt like a knife. At night, I lay awake replaying every detail, wondering how I missed the signs, how the man I laughed with had been watching me with the eyes of a thief. But beneath the grief, something sharp began to grow. My rage turned into focus. Every muscle in my body carried the quiet vow that I would make him regret underestimating me. I started small. I researched every industry contact he had, every investor who backed him, every journalist who sang his praises. I created fake profiles to join online communities he ignored. Communities where small business owners vented their frustrations with his product's limitations. I listened to them closely, cataloging every complaint. I pulled out the old notebooks from our coffee shop days, refined ideas that he had dismissed as unnecessary, and began building something stronger. Cleaner code, better user experience, features so intuitive they felt like reading someone's mind. I didn't tell a soul. When old friends called, I kept my tone light, acted indifferent, and let them think I was struggling to move on. In reality, I was laying bricks in silence. My apartment soon smelled of fresh coffee and hot electronics from all-night coding sessions. I reached out to developers overseas, forming quiet alliances. I offered them shares in a future company in exchange for discretion and dedication. I built the brand identity piece by piece, storing mock-ups and designs on encrypted drives only I could access. Every spare dollar went into hosting, testing, and refining, until the product I held was more than what we had dreamed up together. It was better, faster, and alive with a